it's Heather from Army of Knitters here. And happy May! I'm excited that it's May because that means that the warmer weather's coming, and I much prefer warmer weather over colder weather. The winter's been far too long. It's still too cold for me up here in the northeast of the USA. But first things first, I want to tell you, those of you who asked me, there wasn't a bobcat that I saw a couple of weeks ago when I did episode 1, but that doesn't mean to say that there wasn't a bobcat. There could well have been a bobcat. I just didn't get to see one because by the time I'd trampled over all the projects that I'd thrown all over the floor, I didn't get to see a bobcat. But they're around here. There are all kinds of wild animals around here. I've seen lynxes and there's loads of huge turkeys at the moment. And there are deer and rabbits and of course loads of squirrels and lots of interesting birds that I couldn't tell you the name of, but I saw some really pretty ones with yellow on them today. But I didn't get a clear look, but they were really, really pretty. And I love the cardinals, of course, because the male cardinals are such a lovely bright red, and against the bare trees they look really great. And there's lots of woodpeckers and all kinds of different birds and wildlife, and of course the blossom's coming out, which I'm really excited about. Lots of yellow and pink blossom, which is really, really pretty, and it's making the place feel more alive. Okay, so yeah, spring's happening here, which is really great. Okay, I've got notes down here. Yeah, so excuse me while I look down here, and because I sort of want to cover a few things, not too many, but just a few things about what are going on in my life. For the past 10 days, I was dog and house sitting for a friend of mine, not far away. So looking after 2 dogs, one young, very, 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 very energetic border collie, and one elderly border collie beagle mix. And I just got a ping, a very a very nice message. So thank you for the lovely message. So dogs, yes. So I've been hitting a tennis ball over and over and over again. I may have given myself a bit of a sore shoulder doing that. But what's been great about that is, even though it's been a really, really rainy and quite chilly past few days, it's got me out walking these dogs and exercising and walking round and round and round. So I've been doing a lot more walking than I have for the whole of the last few months. So that was really great. But anyway, it's lovely to be home again. It's lovely to be in my own space with my own things. It's so quiet and peaceful here. And my dog Jakey, who's lying down on the floor over there, I think he's the most laid-back dog I've ever known, which suits me perfectly. He is a wonderful dog. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, dog sitting. And because I've been busy doing that, I haven't had an awful lot of time for knitting. Behind me, I got my hand right. It's because I knew it was here. Behind me here is this new design, which is all in garter stitch. And that's striping beautifully. I think the last time I videoed, I was just up to the the sleeve and body divide. So I've now done a lot of the body, and because it's on a circular needle, it's all bunched up, but it's quite A-line. Oh, there goes Jakey. And I'm not sure how long I want this to be. This mannequin is much shorter in the body than I am. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but we'll just talk over it. So this on me is not quite at my waist, and I think I might want it cropped. So I don't know. So I'm looking at it here on the mannequin, and it's getting onto hip length on here, but on me it's still not quite at the waist. So I've got to make a decision of how long I want this to be, and then what kind of finish I want on the bottom. I'm sort of thinking I don't know, but I'm thinking I might put some crochet on it. I might rip back a bit and then do a bit of crochet, and then do crochet on the neck and on the front openings, and then I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do the sleeve. It was going to be 3/4 sleeves, but I might now have them be short sleeve. I quite like the cap. It looks like it's sticking out quite a lot because my mannequin doesn't have shoulders. Well, it has shoulders, but not tops of arms. So it doesn't stick out quite that much on me. Plus, I've got quite broad shoulders. So I'm still thinking about that, and I'm still on the second ball of yarn. So this yarn is going a very long way, which is great, and the texture is beautiful, and I love the way it's striping. Really, really pretty. When I'm knitting along on it, I'm like, oh, there's a dark bit now. Oh, there's a light bit now. So I really like that. Keeps things interesting when it's just garter stitch. There are some eyelets in there as well. There are some yarn overs you can't really see. See if I can stick my hand. There you see yarn overs. Little eyelet holes in there. In the round. So there's that, and then my Miryoku shawl. Here it is. I've not done an awful lot on this either. Here we go, this way up. So I think I was here at this point the last time I videoed. So I've done all of this lace section and little bit more of the stockinette stitch, and then I'm into the final lace section on there. So that's great. I've got more tutorial videos on this, so I have to get those up. Anyway, loving the way it looks. Trying to catch the sparkles. It's beautiful. This is Zen Yarn Garden Glitter Sock. And this is a beautiful, beautiful colourway, which of course I can't remember what it is, but I will put that in the notes below. And I will also put in the notes below just about everything I talk about, including this yarn, which is Uth Yarns Monokrom Fingering. So it's quite a fine yarn. Let's see if I can get this over here without those lovely, lovely shades of. It's like it's sort of a walnut colour, shades of walnut. Really pretty. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Look at me going for sort of neutrals. Am I getting old? What's happening? I don't know. Anyway, really enjoying that. Really enjoying both of those knits, even though I haven't done an awful lot with them, but I have been getting more exercise, so that's been good. What else have I got? Oh, so I've been teaching again. I taught a great beginner crochet class at Pintuck Purl, and somewhere up here, like, put in a picture if I can figure out how to do that, because I've seen people doing that on their vlogs, so I'll see if I can do that. And also I told them, I said, I'm vlogging. Do you mind if I take a picture of you and put it on my vlog? And one of my students said, vlogging? What? So I'm now calling it vlogging. I'm vlogging right now. That's me vlogging. And talking of vlogging, I've been watching other people do this kind of thing where they sit in front of a camera and talk about their projects, and so I'd like to give a shout out to some of those I've been looking at. I've mostly actually been looking at sewing vlogs, because I do love to sew as well, and I teach sewing classes, pattern drafting. I love to pattern draft, and so I've got some more classes coming up. I've got a leggings class coming up, which I'm really excited about, because I need new leggings. I need lots of new leggings. All of my other ones are getting very tired. So I'm going to be teaching a leggings class, so I'll put a link to that. And I'm doing the Hinterland Dress. Doing a class in sewing up the Hinterland Dress, so I'm excited about that too. I think we were doing the half placket. Yeah, I think we're doing the dress with the half placket, but it comes in full placket as well, so you can have it buttoned all the way down, so you can wear it open, or you can have no placket at all, and there's different sleeve lengths, no sleeves, long sleeves, short sleeves. Anyway, if you haven't heard of the Hinterland Dress and you sew, you need to make the Hinterland Dress. It's hugely popular, hugely popular. So that's a class coming up. And then a bit of personal sewing. And it seems ridiculously simple, especially for somebody who can pattern draft. But the thing is, I design knitting patterns. So I spend a lot of my time writing and working up knitting patterns. And that is a lot of work in itself. So sewing I'm doing just for me as a hobby and to make things for myself or for other people. So I don't tend to draft patterns for me, just for classes. So I've got this incredibly simple, but again, hugely popular pattern, the Ogden Cami. I don't have any woven camis in my life, so I'm going to give that a go. I'm very much a jersey stretch cami, tank top, tank vest, that's what we call them in England, kind of person. So I'm going to give that a go, and knowing me, I'll probably tweak it. I was actually thinking of making it dress or tunic length and then putting ties in the high waist and having it as a tie back. But first of all, I'll try it as is. I'll make a toile or muslin, as you say in the US, and I'll give that a go, and I'll report back on that. See how I go. Knowing me, I'll make it too small because I'm way bigger than I think I am. This is a problem. So I measured myself recently and was pretty horrified at what the tape measure was telling me. I have expanded. So I've got to figure out which size I have to make because it's bound to be bigger than I think. So that's that. Also what I'm wearing. So this is a sweater cardigan that I designed and knitted in 2014. So 5 years ago, I had it tested. And I still haven't got, I've got photographs, still photographed, patterns all written, I just haven't put the pattern together and published it. So I have to do that because it was part of my autumn collection from 2014. Yeah, this is 5 years old and it's still not out there. And I have quite a few patterns that I've not published yet. So this needs to get out there so you can all enjoy it. You can't see much of it at the moment and I don't want to stand up too much. I'm actually on a yoga ball, which is why I'm... all the light changes when I do that, which is why I'm all bouncy. But it has this, it's a round yoke with the eyelets and Fair Isle, colour Fair Isle, and then we come into this, of course it's, you know, it's a bit snug on me because I'm bigger than I used to be. It has this seed stitch panel down the front and then cables coming down which come into the waist and then out again. And on the back, similar sort of thing, but the cables come in narrower into the waist. So it's sort of, it gives you that womanly shape, which I like. So yeah, that's up to me to get this out there. And this was knitted in Rowan felted tweed, I believe. So that I need to link to as well, if I can remember. Anyway, it's really, really warm and it's very cozy. And again, like, not hugely bright colours for me. But this was 5 years ago, so obviously I was getting into subtle colours then. But I love the tweediness of it. And it's so warm. Oh, excuse me. I don't have a cup of tea. Oh my goodness, I sat down here without a cup of tea. Mustn't forget that again, because I get awfully dry. Excuse me. Okay, so moving on. I have some books I'd like to talk to you about. This first one here is called Mending Matters by Katrina Roddenberg, maybe? Roddenberg. I think she's up in my old neck of the woods in the Catskills. So our paths haven't crossed, but somebody I would love to meet when I'm over there. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I should have got myself a drink of tea. So this is Stitch, Patch and Repair, your favourite denim and more, and I love denim. Absolutely love denim and indigo and canvas. So this is a slow fashion guide for your well-loved wardrobe. So it's all about mending the clothes that you have that are still good, except maybe they have a tear or a little hole. Anyway, I used this to mend my boyfriend's jeans. I think he spilt bleach or something that was making them wear through on his leg. So I did this high contrast sashiko mend, which is explained here in the book. So I did a bit of that, and I really enjoyed it, I have to say. I used to mend my jeans with patch behind like this a lot, but I didn't do all of this extra huge amount of sewing on the outside. I would just sew around the hole and then a little, about around where the patch was. But this, the patches are a lot bigger. And I really like that. And I really like this method of using this thick white thread. I don't have any of this sashiko thread or the needles. I just use normal sewing thread and needles. But if you get into this, which I'd love to do some more, I just don't have jeans with holes in. I'm in leggings all the time. And the jeans that I do have are stretched, so they don't sort of wear out how they used to on the knees and the crotch and the bum and other areas, pockets. But I really liked this. This is a great book if you want to do all this mending. I mean, slow fashion is huge nowadays, which I'm really pleased about because there's too much fast fashion. Slow fashion is where it is, so look out for a copy of this. I recommend it. And also, excuse me, I really do need tea. I'll get some tea in a minute. Also, not to do with knitting, but it could be. You could dye yarn. A book called Hand Dyed by Anna Joyce, A Modern Guide to Dyeing in Brilliant Colour for You and Your Home. And beautiful pink on the front and some interesting looking projects on the back. Anyway, I'm excited about this. I also I've dyed yarn and fabric in the past, but she has some lovely projects in here that I'd like to give a go. I really like these night sky curtains. I mean, as I say, I love that whole denim look. So there's some indigo tie-dye there, and I like that whole picture actually, the guitar and the window, the gauzy window and the very clean looking bed. Where's the clutter? Where's all the clutter? It's all on the other side of the bed. It's often shut on the other side of that or under the bed. And what I thought was interesting in this book, if you like all that speckled yarn that's been out for a few years, there's a project called the Confetti Quilt, and it has this speckle effect. So she tells you how to dye fabric, and as well, I'm sure you could do this with yarn, and you could make your own speckle fabric and speckle yarn. I thought that was pretty cool. And I think I've marked another thing in here. Oh, there's lots of lovely things. There's dresses and there's a wigwam. Actually, TP, that's what it's called. And again, in a sort of indigo blue, I really like this duvet and pillowcases. So Storm Cloud's duvet set. And again, really clean. I love that wall hanging with the sticks. Melissa, my old roommate, if you're watching, that reminds me of that Christmas tree I made. I made a Christmas tree mobile one year with sticks that I found in Central Park. We used to live by by the side of Central Park, and I found all these sticks, and I hung them so they were short at the top, getting larger, going down, and at an angle. So it made a Christmas tree, and then hung a little snowflake, little snowflakes of it, and it was lovely. I'm going to have to do that again. It was a really sort of minimalist Christmas tree. Anyway, I'm excited about this, hand dyed, Anna Joyce, because I do love a bit of dyeing. I do love colour, even though it doesn't look like it. The rest of my house in front of me is a riot of colour. Behind me, I've got it quite minimalist at the moment. This is actually a tidied up area because I had a huge shaker closet that the boyfriend made behind here, and it was just sort of jammed in this space, and I've tidied up my craft room, secret room, craft room, which is a tiny space off my bedroom, and we managed to get the bottom of the shaker cabinet and the top of the shaker cabinet in there. The ceilings are actually high enough. It's the only point in here that was high enough to fit that in, and even though it's a very, very small space, it looks great, and I've organised that all now so that my sewing stuff and knitting projects and yarns and things, most of those things are in there. I've got some of them are in there. I've got a lot of projects in the rest of the room on shelves and not all over the floor anymore, which is great. And so yeah, he made this huge cabinet, which was drawers on the bottom and then a hanging space on the top, but it was really too big. So what he did was he cut it in half and then finished the top of the bottom bit and the bottom of the top bit, and was going to have them separate. And then we realised that it could actually fit in there, so that's in there, so that's very exciting. I may put some photographs in here, or maybe that'll be next time. We'll see.
My craft room is an abomination at the moment. I have this beautiful handmade shaker cabinet made by N.B. Woodart. This shelf here used to go where that is now standing. So, and there's all kinds of rummel in here. Another shelf full of yarn and fabric and projects. Yarn and fabric and projects. Yarn and fabric and projects. As far as the eye can see. So, I'm trying to organise this a bit. In a few hours I've got between running the dogs tired and going back and running them tired again. So let's see how much I can get done. What a transformation! Hurrah! Look, I've even got my treadmill in place. Not that I'm gonna run on it or anything. But yes, I have organised projects and yarn, and fabric, and I can see out of the window from here. Oh, so much better, feels great. And the beautiful shaker cabinet is going to have its doors on it, and then it'll look even nicer. Hooray! I'm excited, I'm very excited and pleased with myself.
But while I'm sitting here next to me, right here, this is what I sew with. I know there's people, I've seen all these sewing vlogs. People have all these fancy machines. I want to show you the machine that I use. I got this when I was living in New York City, and it's just a teeny tiny mini ultra by Kenmore, and this was $40. And it's done great. It's done fantastically well. It has, you know, a straight stitch, a zigzag, a couple of zigzags, and a buttonhole. But it's wonderful. So my little mini ultra does a bang up job of sewing my projects. Okay, I think that's it. Jakey's just jumped up on his chair over there. His chair, like his couch, his chair. They're all his. Everywhere's his. And I'm going to get myself a cup of tea. So please do thumbs up thing, do comment thing. I've had people tell me from my last vlog that they watched and they wanted to comment, but they didn't. Please comment. Leave me a comment, please, please, please. I'm not doing this for my health. Maybe I am. Subscribe. Tell me, ask me questions. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know what you'd like to talk about. Please tell me what projects you're working on. I'd really, really like to know. I'm in the woods here in New Hampshire. I don't go out much. So, you know, like, give me some. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I'll see you in a couple of weeks or so. There'll be other videos as well. I'm doing video tutorials for my Miryoku Shawl. Oh, where is it? Oh yeah, it is over there. Okay, see you all. Bye bye.